How are you all doing it? I gore home from a 10-hour shift at work and I've got nothing. Absolutely nothing left. Tomorrow will be my 6th day in a row and Monday will be my 7th. Off to a day and then back on Wednesday. Another 10 hours, shift 5 on Thursday. How are you people doing 10, 12-hour shifts? 6-day weeks? I hate coming home because it makes me think about life outside of work and it hurts remembering that I am a person and JAHBE dreams and a tough. It's not a bad job. But I dunno. I'm drinking on a work night because the idea of just sleeping and going back to work immediately is killing me. Side note, 43% alcohol, I'd too very strong. Thank you Adazori sir. TLDR, how are you? All like, am doing long shifts? Cause it's killing me. I work some killer hours too, anywhere from 10-16 hours a day, 56 days a week. What keeps me going is every penny I save is going towards leaving the country. Dude, drink some water and go to bed. That's ridiculous. I used to work 12+ hours Friday, Saturday. Sun up to sundown at a tire shop changing tires, engine oil, etc. It was the worst job ever. I started abusing nicotine because of it. Motivated me to get a better career though. You'll just feel worse drinking, unfortunately. Maybe find a job that doesn't have such long shifts? There's gotta be a way to make you less miserable. After many years I found a job I love by chance, but I understand how hard it is because I've been in your shoes. 6x10s, 7x12s etc. are not unheard of in my trade. IBEW electrician. We get through it usually knowing it's a specific period of time. Typically short. And that according to our CBA. Anything over 8 hours in a shift is time and a half wage. With Saturday being all time and a half. And Sunday being double time. Majority of smart contractors realize that productivity drops significantly past 8 hours work. Especially when the OT is known, planned for. 10 hours days do not equate to an additional 25% production. Maybe half that. They also realize that the chances of a recordable injury skyrocket. If 40 hours is a typical work week and the job needs to run 7x12s, 84 hours. Realistic productivity is closer to 60 hours despite costing the equivalent of 112 hours straight time. Hence the discouragement to run overtime. Inefficiency. In addition to safety risk. How do people do it? They pace themselves and power through. Or else they get burned out. It's also not uncommon for workers to take random days off unexpectedly. Stupid hours are never a good thing for the reasons above and more. I don't. Seriously. I learned early on that when I work more than like 5 hours, I have a panic attack. Working slowly builds anxiety in me, and that's just the limit I've found for myself before things start breaking. Honestly, the fact that people are able to work for 10 hours in a single day is baffling to me. Which reminds me that Black Friday is this week and I'm scheduled for 8 hours for the first time in at least 3 years. I'm gonna have to talk to my boss about that, aren't I? Fuck. I did 15 hours days 6 days a week for 3 years. It was miserable. I gained weight, developed high blood pressure. My relationships started to get bad. And I became a person I hated. I quit, took some time off and focused on my health and clearing my mind. It is not worth it. Regardless of the pay. If you can quit, do so. Abusing alcohol won't do you any favors, I promise you that. I don't have children. I turn my brain off and try not to think. Don't do it anymore. You need at least 2 days off in a row per week. I myself also get 3 days off every other week. I'm broke all the time. But it's pretty much the same no matter how much I work or don't work at this point. Lol. The pay makes it worth it. I work when catastrophes strike. So it's a minimum of 10 hours expected a day, and most the time it's like 18 days in a row, then you get 5 days off. Banking the 12K after tax is nice. Yeah, I'm burnt out, but there's goals to accomplish that ha. I'll eventually take a less demanding job, but for now $. I'm doing 1,213 hours 3 nights a week, and even this is rough. They're consecutive. Thank goodness. But I'm useless on my first night off. I'm always tired unless I pay really close attention to my sleep. This schedule isn't as bad as others. But it's harder on me than I thought it would be. I'm not doing it and I couldn't. Sorry you have to deal with that. You need to do more drugs. I used to look at my grandparents. Walked to school, uphill, both ways. Fought the Nazis. Built America. Raised families. Immaculate houses, and they'd cook a 5-course meal. Every meal. How? They had cocaine in their soda. Amphetamine at the drugstore. They want us to be work machines? We need our super stimulants. Caffeine is a sedative at this point. Whenever I read those posts of people saying they work 12-hour shifts 6 days a week, I wonder how you all survive. When do you go shopping? Eat? Sleep? Do your housework and spend time with family and friends? Psychologically, it must be absolutely devastating to just live to work. I'm from Europe and I work 10-11h 4 or 3 days a week, and that is subjectively hard enough if I want to take care of the housework, cook healthy, meet friends and have some hobbies as well. Most of my friends work 40h weeks and they are already complaining how exhausted they are and how they hardly find time for anything else. The few people I know who claim to work 5060h a week are either aspiring entrepreneurs, who basically count their whole day as work, even if they are doing private stuff in between, or are pushing a career, but usually have someone at home taking care of the cooking and cleaning. For 12 hours shift I drink 52%. I used to do 6/12s while doing factory work while I was trying to find a way to raise a kid off my single income. It's brutal and it's why people get burned out. I would love to say I was smart with my money, but the truth is that I spent it on little things constantly because it gave me something to look forward to when it showed up in the mail. I ended up on the factory floor unable to move and was sent to the which I ended up having to pay out of pocket because they refused to say it was work-related. Went from the to the psych ward on suicide watch. After I got out I was fired from my job and I had to take a long look at what I was going to do. I decided to go back to school. I would love to say that I got my degree and got a better job, but actually I picked up a side gig in a kitchen to help pay my bills while I was in school. You know, with my fresh new medical bills on top. And they ended up working me every single day for months. It forced me to drop out of school again, and I was always on call, and I almost ended up back on the ward. But this time I pulled out. I got a new job as a CNA, which I'm doing now. I do the weekends, which is still 12 hours, but I get Mob Thursday off. I'm going back to school in January. I'm working towards an accounting degree. Try not to do long shifts for too long. It's not sustainable. Keep looking for opportunities in places you might not think to. The work-life balance is so hard to get right, and often you teeter-totter on it. If you must work so much, I strongly recommend banking some of that money into a 401k or something. Because it sucks doing it all and leaving with barely anything to show for it. Have an end goal in mind. Caring about the work itself will make it seem unending and mind-numbing. Think about what your job allows you to do, save for, get out of, etc. I typically do 8 hours and I'm still drained by the end of the day.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.